Life Lessons with Liz. That's me. Life. So, what will the world look like when all of this is over? Let me tell you. I'm going to put on my future seeing glasses and look into the future, into the vortex of the time-space continuum, and tell you that the world will be, I don't know, I'm just a weirdo who teaches kids and teens about Jesus. What do I know? But here's what I'm hoping it'll look like, if that helps. So, here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we will understand that we need to spend less time worrying about our jobs and worrying about being a perfect little cog in the machine that keeps society going, and realize that what's most important in life is our connection to each other. It's not our working times, it's our community time. It's being in contact with each other, reaching out to each other, supporting and helping one another no matter what's going on in our lives. I'm really hoping that we reorient our society to that principle of loving one another and helping each other. And I think this is something that Jesus kind of touched on when he talked about the Sabbath. It's a famous story. All the little Pharisees, the little tricksters, were trying to trip up Jesus and say, oh, well, he's working on the Sabbath. Let's get him. He's a bad guy. And Jesus is like, no, you dum-dums. Your whole life shouldn't be focused around your work week. And then the day that you have off shouldn't be oriented on these strict principles and rules that you have to exactly follow, or else you're in trouble, or you're doing life wrong, or you're not following the word. He's like, no, none of this is what it's for. God gave you a Sabbath so that you can take a break, so that you can spend time with your families, with one another. This is what's important. Take time for yourselves. Take time for one another. Love God, love your neighbor as yourself. This is what's most important. And so I really hope that once all of this is over and we do start all going back to work, everything starts opening up again, we start getting back into those rhythms of life as we know it, we always keep this at the forefront, and we learn from this experience that this is what we really need to orient ourselves on. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, especially my teenagers, about life, is that a lot of times we are told you have to do certain things in life, that there is a certain checklist that you need to go through in order to be a functioning member of society, in order to be a good person. And that's, go to school, get your diploma, go to college. You have to do, all of these things in college, get this job. And then you have to get married, and you have to have 2.5 kids, and you have to have a dog and a white picket fence, and yada, yada, yada. And you have to do all of these things. Who's telling you these things? Your life should be what you want to make of it and what you want to get out of it. There isn't a checklist that you have to go through. If you want to go to college, yes, great. If you want to go to trade school, then go to trade school. If you want to open up your own business, then do that instead. We have one life to live. It shouldn't be dictated by something that somebody's telling us to do. It should be dictated by what we want to do and what we want to get out of it, what our priorities are. If your priority is going to college and getting married and having 2.5 kids and a dog and a white picket fence, then do that. But if that's not the life that you want, then why bend over backwards for that life? Do something that's going to make you happy and fulfill your own dreams. You'll always have these expectations placed on you by various people in your entire life, throughout your entire life. But at the end of the day, this is your life. This is what you want out of it. Follow the dreams that you want. And know that there are people out there like me, like the rest of your youth group, like the rest of your church here, who will support you the rest of the way. And know that we miss you and we love you. And we do want what's best for you. Boop, boop. So, until the next video, I love you and I miss you. Hope you learned something. If not, okay. Bye. I love you and I miss you, and I'll see you next week.